Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for subscribing and liking. Please make sure you do if you haven't yet. You're going to love it because we talk about all these different things from a life perspective, and we try to shake things up a little bit when it comes to business, when it comes to living life. We've even got driving instructing lessons on the channel, so thanks for following. Today, I want to ignite a debate that really could change the way that you think about sales forever. So stick with this, please, because you're going to love this. And I'm not here to preach and argue with you about any type of sales other than relationship selling. Relationship selling is not just a method, it's the only method, in my opinion, worth pursuing in an age where connection and authenticity reign supreme when it comes to actual sales. And we think so many things are not authentic today, right? Things like social media, for example. But when you're in sales, you have to be authentic. So let's talk about that right now. What is the landscape of sales? Let's cover that first, because I think we need to know that first. Okay, so let's take a moment right now to look at the traditional sales landscape that we all know as salespeople in business. And we've all seen the aggressive salesperson. We know the one who's out there pushing the products, who rattles off features beyond features, doesn't ask you any questions about whether you actually need those features or not, but rattles them off like crazy and relentlessly is pursuing their quota. This model is so outdated, and here's why. It's so transactional, it's shallow, and ultimately it's doomed to fail. I think we've all realized this already. In a world saturated with options to buy, customers are no longer looking for a quick sale. They're actually looking for a partner, someone to guide them, someone to be a little bit different in delivering the product. And above all, they're looking still for that relationship. And in fact, that's even more important now today. So for those of you that might be one of those aggressive salespeople who really needs to learn relationship selling, let's talk about what relationship selling really truly is. And what is that? Well, at its core, it's about understanding your customers. That's really it. It's not to say hi really nice and have a nice smile. You want to understand who they are, what they actually need, and how you can genuinely help them. How can you solve a problem that they have? It's about building trust, of course, just like it's always been, fostering loyalty, and creating an emotional connection that transcends the mere exchange of the good or the service that you're bringing them. But when you engage in relationship selling, you're not just closing deals. You're not just going for that quota. You're opening doors to hopefully what will be a lifelong partnership for your business, a partnership that benefits your business for years and years to come. How many businesses today are failing because they're so transactional? They get the one sale and then they don't take care of the customer ever again. So let's talk about that, because that's trust, what we're talking about right there. Trust is the foundation of any relationship. And in sales, it's absolutely everything nowadays. Before it was transactional maybe, but now it's all about trust. And according to studies, nearly 80% of customers say that they would rather buy from someone that they trust over actually getting the lowest price. People buy people, not products. Let that sink in. When you invest time in building the relationships, you create a fortress of trust all around you and around your entire business, not just for today, but for the future as well. And this trust not only retains customers, but it transforms them into evangelists for you, people who will champion your brand. So you don't have to spend so much time doing it. They'll refer their friends. If you've ever had trouble asking for referrals, get them to return time and again by building the trust and that emotional connection. Because that's the thing. Emotions. We are emotional beings. It seems like we're not sometimes when you see things like the news and people virtually don't care about the things that are happening on there, but we're desensitized to it. However, our decisions are often driven more by feelings themselves than by our actual logic. And traditional sales techniques ignore this fundamental truth. Relationship selling embraces it, not just again about the smile. When you connect with your customers on an emotional level, you are tapping into their desires, into their fears, into their aspirations. You're not just selling a product. You're selling a solution to their problems, a way to achieve their dreams in an easier way and in the long term. This is the magic that relationship selling can bring to the table for you. And not enough of us are doing it. I've seen in all of these trade shows, boom, 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 trying to be transactional, see as many people as you can at a trade show, and just transactionally sell. But let's be clear, relationship selling is not about those quick wins. It's a long game, but it requires patience. And it requires patience, I should say. And in a world obsessed with instant gratification, this can sometimes be troubling to some. This can sometimes sound a little radical, especially at a trade show. But it's precisely what sets you apart from everyone else. When you focus on these relationships, you're investing in the future. That's what you're doing. But it takes time, and you have to give it the runway it deserves. You cultivate loyal customers who will stick with you through thick and thin, not just the thick. They'll forgive mistakes. They'll give you feedback. And most importantly, they will come back for more themselves. Do we know how huge this is for business, folks? Especially if you're a small business or a new business or a startup. There's a shift in customer behavior happening right now. So let's address that elephant in the room. The shift in customer behavior, consumer behavior today. Today's consumers are informed. They know about AI and they know about all the different things that are going on. They're empowered. They can do research from anywhere. They can ask ChatGPT, and they're more skeptical than ever. They can spot a phony from a mile away, and they have been inundated with sales pitches and flashy ads, and they're tired of it. They're tired of clicking on Instagram, clicking on all these different ads. They crave authenticity in a person again. They want to know that you actually care about them, not only as individuals, but their businesses too, that they're not just a walking wallet, for example. Relationship selling answers this call every single time. Okay, it's a classic, but it does. It's a response to the evolving landscape of consumer expectations, even today in 2024. So, okay, Chris, all this sounds great. Is there a cost to ignoring you right now? Because I'd like to maybe just swipe away and watch the next video. Well, yeah, there is. Let's get controversial if we have to, because you need to be listening to this. If you're still clinging to outdated sales tactics, you are not just missing out, you are actively damaging your business. The cost of ignoring relationship selling is absolutely staggering. You risk alienating potential customers, not just getting transactional with them. They may never come at all. You risk alienating them, losing existing clients even, and ultimately watching your competition thrive while you flounder because you're looking for transactional quick bucks. In an age where loyalty is really freaking hard to come by, it's won and easily lost. Can you really afford to ignore the power of building a relationship? I don't think you can. There's so many success stories out there that I think we need to go over some of the bigger ones that we all know, but there's lots of little ones too. Lots of little startups are doing things great. But let's share a few success stories to illustrate this whole point. Companies that prioritize relationship selling, think somebody like an Apple, Starbucks, Zappos, or even small local businesses around you that you've seen this happen with a lot, right? Because it does. They often report higher customer satisfaction, repeat purchases, and a thriving community around their brand. Well, how is this happening? It's because they've built ecosystems of loyalty, and that takes time and runway. These have transcended mere transactions. Their customers actually feel valued and heard and understood. And this is not just good business. It's a revolutionary approach to sales. It truly is. It's not just good business. It actually changes how you sell now and all the way into the future, and wraps a fence around your business and your clients, a protective fence. So what can you do then? Okay, Chris, I'm ready. Let's do this. First, embrace relationship selling with open arms. Okay? Understand that it takes time. Stop wanting everything today. Shift your focus from closing the deal to opening a conversation. That starts everything. Then invest that runway and time in understanding your customers. Ask questions, listen actively, and show genuine care for what they actually have a problem with. Be a resource to them, not just a salesperson with a product. Build rapport, foster trust, and watch your sales actually soar to unprecedented heights. But guess what? That's not tomorrow. Okay? The unprecedented heights come with trust and time and runway. So to wrap this whole thing up, because I know we all don't like to go beyond 10 minutes in a YouTube video, let's talk about how to wrap it up. Relationship selling is not just a strategy. It's a philosophy. It's a radical departure from the transactional mindset you may experience today that has plagued this industry, any industry, for far, far too long. It's about creating connections that matter, delivering value, and building trust. So let me do this. If you're a subscriber to this channel, if you like things on this channel, make your comments, argue with me if you want, but I want to challenge you to rethink your approach to sales, to choose relationships over transactions for 2025 or the next year, whenever you're watching this, and authenticity over manipulation. And I want you to watch your sales. And I bet you're not just going to survive, you're going to thrive. Listen, thank you for watching this. I know it's me getting wound up, but this is truly something that I believe in and strongly have seen success in over the times that I've seen millions of trade shows, it feels like now, all these different conferences, and even just individual relationship building. This is it. Let's revolutionize sales together. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do. Hit the like, hit that bell to get a notification every time a new video comes on board. And I'm so grateful for you watching. Thanks again.